Since I've started filming my life, I've had to think about what my life typically looks like. And I've had to ask myself, is my life boring? I didn't really think so before. Or I guess I never really actually thought about that question before. But then I started thinking about storytelling for my YouTube videos. And I examined my life for situations which would make good stories. And I realized I don't live a very exciting life. I don't go on swashbuckling adventures, make new discoveries, or have some grand romantic life. Nope. I live a completely mundane life compared to all that. And even if I wanted to, I don't have time to go off on adventures every week. Heck, even once a month. Or even once every 2 or 3 months. Because I have things that I need to get done. I've got university studies, work, keeping up with friends and family, and just like basic life upkeep, all of which require consistent work and my mental effort and energy on a regular basis. Oh my gosh, everything just piles up, like literally with the laundry. I'm pretty sure, like, pretty much every video that I've done so far, I've been folding the laundry. So, like, cannot just neglect things or I will end up with a huge snowball pile of work of all those things that I need to be regularly doing. I can't just ignore my obligations and go off on a quest whenever, just because I want to make my life appear more interesting. And I'm not entirely sure I'd want to. I think I might be too much of an introvert for that. I don't know. I just really like my peace. And frankly, the idea of trying to do more exciting things in my life just sounds tiring. Does anyone relate? Mostly like the thinking about what to do and I guess the lack of a stable routine, no predictability. In a way, it's kind of like predictability can be kind of comforting. But mostly, I just already feel like I don't have enough time to do everything that I need to do. How am I supposed to fit side quests on top of everything that I already need to get done? But I don't care about my life looking interesting to other people. And I know it's necessary to do boring things consistently in order to achieve our goals in life. Wait, I'm not convinced that those things make my life boring, but we'll come back to that. Even though we've established that I'm perfectly fine with my boring life, will I possibly regret not living it up more, living a boring life?
I mean, yeah, probably. I mean, maybe. I don't know.
By the way, we've been exiled to the garage to do our Easter baking, which is what we're doing now. We are making
a black sesame toffee chocolate tart. It's in the Coles magazine.
Yep. We always aim ambitious to our demise, usually. But I think this looks fairly easy.
Well,
And it's like a bit exotic.
Yes. Yeah. Usually it's like a multi-tier cake of multiple components. This is
one
a
layer.
Singular tart. What could go wrong? We do have to make toffee, and I do worry about that. But
Toffee?
Yeah. This is like yeah.
You know what? I feel like we've done that before.
Have we?
You know what? It's gonna be fine. That's just decoration, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Work out.
It's not an essential part.
We've got some powder now. Like the consistency? I like that actually.
Yeah.
I think you've got some chunky pieces, some grit, like you said.
Okay.
Do you think your life is boring?
Depends depends how you define boring. Do you mean, does it feel boring? Or would it be a boring movie?
You know, do you ever feel like, what if your life was being watched secretly on camera, like The Truman Show? Oh. And then I was thinking, and then imagine if your life was, and then you were one of the competitors, so like, you had to compete with other people on air. I'd be losing.
See, I feel like something can be interesting without being like, of interesting content. If the people are interesting enough, if you make things
that is true.
Like Friends. They're interesting. That's interesting because the characters are funny, not because they're doing anything groundbreaking. Like, they go to work, they get into relationships, they have friendship drama.
That is true.
I
don't like drama, though, so I don't think I'd be in the sitcom.
I mean, they're not even that much drama.
Yeah, they're not actually. Really, some reality shows are.
It's just more like the people are funny, and thus everyday situations become fun and funny. And, short of being a jet-setting millionaire, most people's ordinary lives aren't going to be groundbreaking.
Yeah, that is true. Okay. I feel like I'm more thinking in terms of myself. Do I find my life boring? Because sometimes, honestly, I do.
Yeah, see, that would be a problem.
But, like, not all the time. I feel like obviously. That was the caveat.
Well, I mean, we should be trying to make our own lives as interesting as possible, because God knows no one else is going to do it.
Yeah, so true. I like what I'm studying for uni. And I find that exciting, so I think that's not boring to me. But, like, obviously at times, if you're just doing that, it can get boring. And I feel like I feel like I'm always doing the regular things. Like, I go out. Sure, I go out. But it's like, I go clubbing like twice a year. I go out with friends like once every 2 weeks. And I mean, like, you need to do those regular, like, those normal things because that's just a part of life. But then, like, should we also be trying to spice up our lives by doing different things that are new and exciting? It looks...
I was actually talking to my friends about this, like, earlier. But obviously you can't eliminate boredom from your life. Like, you still have to do your chores, which is boring. You still have to go to work, which is boring. You still have to do your uni assignments, which can be boring. But it's about making, like, the interesting things interesting, because we were saying that, like, whenever we go out for dinner at the same place. At the same rough time. Like, we do the same things over and over and over again. And there's no reason that needs to be the case. Yeah. Like, we could be doing different interesting things, but, you just go to the normal default, and that doesn't necessarily mean that's bad, but, kind of go question where you are. Because sometimes it's nice to have just, like, a easy, low-effort hangout, but whenever you hangout's an easy, low-effort hangout, then it's like, okay, do we need to reevaluate?
Yeah. That's also, like, depending on, like, the friendships are becoming, like, catch-up friendships, where, like, post-school, you're just meeting up to catch up every time. Like, I really like doing hobbies with my friends to avoid that. Like, I play basketball with one of my friends, and that's, like, great, because we do catch up, but then we're also doing something, we're building memories together. The friends that I go to uni with, like, we're also doing that together, but then I have some friends where it's just, like, we meet, and every time we meet, it's just... blah, 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 so what have you been up to every time? And then it's like, okay, you've been up to this, I've been up to this, okay, goodbye.
Yeah.
And that, like, I feel like that's really boring. Well, it's not, like, you need a little bit, but,
yeah.
If you do it too much, then it's like, every time.
You can get into a habit that then you regret.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't feel boring at the time, bad at the time, but later on you're like, why do we do that? We could have done so many other things.
You know what? I've actually noticed, though, filming has, like, because I've had to think about what am I going to put in my videos, it has made me, while it has made me realize, gosh, I don't do a lot with my life, it actually has made me do a little bit more. Like, it has kept me accountable to, like, doing cute little self-care day things. I did, like, a little self-care day where I gave myself a little makeover and actually did all those things, even though probably if I was, like, doing it without the camera, I would have just been like, let's go to bed now.
Good point.
With, like, probably just would have got my hair cut, came home, because I was so tired after that, and then called it a day.
Yeah.
That's made me do stuff. So now I'm like, I need to weaponize this more to get myself to do different things. Exactly. I need to be kept accountable.
things that are just not the usual life-sustaining, boring thing.
Mm-hmm. But I'm like, what should I do?
Therein lies the question. I mean, what do you want to do?
That is so true. I don't know. I think it's like so good to experience new things.
I feel like me at least, I feel like I need to get better at doing things by myself. You know, doing interesting, fun things by myself and not being dependent on somebody else to do them with me.
Ooh, okay. Like what?
know? Like, I can go on a walk, go out into nature by myself. I can go to an event by myself.
That's so true. I'm not very good at that.
Yeah, I suck at that.
Like,
just because it's more intimidating.
It is.
Or, like, there's no motivation. Like, if you're going on a walk with somebody, they're going to get there and be like, hey, I'm here. And, like, you have to
Yeah,
go.
and you made the
commitment, right? So when it's just you, it's like, can I be asked? I'd rather be here watching TikTok. And, like, yes, in that moment, but in the long run, what would have been more rewarding?
But that is the question, because I like being at home. I like reading. Like, I feel like I'm much a homebody. Like, would actually enjoy, like, I don't know, instead of, like, if on my day off, instead of staying home and reading and watching movies and TikTok or whatever, what if I don't know, did something like went off and sat by the beach or went on a walk? Would that be more enjoyable, though? At the end of the day, is the question. Like, would I look back and be like, oh, that was worth it?
It's not necessarily being more enjoyable. It's about being enjoyable and different. You know? Variety. Something you enjoy that isn't the same things that you enjoy.
I could go and read on the beach.
Exactly. You could read on the beach. And I feel like, you know, maybe it would fill your cup in different ways.
So true.
You know, touching grass.
And I guess when you look,
allegedly.
Yeah. And when you look back at your life, like, it won't be like, oh, I was just like holed up in my room reading every day. But like, oh, look, I explored these different places. I mean, you were still reading, but, you know, you will be thinking about yourself reading on the beach or reading in the park. Reading at a cafe. So everything was going way too smoothly for our annual Easter baking because something always goes wrong. And so this year, everything was going great, except for the fact that it has to set for 6 hours, and we totally did not plan or check ahead. So yeah, but luckily we made this other dessert very quickly. It's literally just like deconstructed croissants, custard, and chocolate. And then there was a bit of leftover ganache from the pie, which we put on top. So Christmas is saved, yay! And hopefully, since the thing that went wrong was the timing, it actually tastes good tomorrow. But we'll see. Anyway, one of the things that I want to do more on this channel is intentionally exploring different new things that I haven't tried before, that I need to just like push myself to do. Push myself to go out there and experience new things. For example, one very uncharted, unexplored area of my life is definitely like a romance. So I will be talking about that a little bit more. And maybe we will do some stuff to explore. And also, I will be talking about and exploring new ways to do the things that we already have to do and how to enhance them and make them better and make them more of a fun experience, and how to live life to the fullest, I guess. How to live life better. So I think this channel is definitely veering towards me trying to explore ways to spice up my life, plus things that I discover to help you live better, and talking about that. But anyway, happy Easter. Till next time, I'm Melanie, and see ya!